A crab hides along the sandy floor. Fish play in the lush, grassy meadows. A sea cucumber wraps itself around the dancing seagrass. And a sea star takes it all in. It's a neighborhood to call home, an underwater nursery of eel grass.
Most of the local fish like herring, salmon, a lot of the pipefish, soles, anything like that, they start as babies within the eel grass, and it would be really hard for them to survive out in the open.
This marine nursery may look a little like seaweed to you, but eel grass is actually a flowering plant.
Seaweeds usually come in different colors, so if they're closer to the shore they'll be more green, and then they turn kind of brown as they go deeper, and reds as well. For eel grass, if you look at it, it's very much like a blade of grass that you find in your backyard.
Zostera marina is the name of our native eel grass. It evolved on land and eventually found its way back into the shallows of the Salish Sea.
It prefers to be in areas where there's a little bit of fresh water coming in, so near streams or near the mouths of rivers.
The Shaw Ocean Discovery Center has their own eelgrass exhibit here, and you can tell by all the different fish and critters in the exhibit just how important the seagrass is. But there's one problem: it's endangered.
Because it is quite common in shallow bays where there's a lot of people going through it, there's boats going through it, and because the root system is fairly fragile, it's easy for eelgrass to be uprooted.
A lot of it is due to human activity, so the good thing about that is it's changeable. Hopefully we can educate people on how to prevent future damage, as well as look at restoring and improving what we already have in the Salish Sea.
So what can we do to help preserve this seagrass? Well, it all depends on your connection to the Salish Sea. The Shaw Ocean Discovery Center has a few ideas. Boaters, try not to anchor in eelgrass. As for beachgoers, avoid walking through it. Leave decaying eelgrass on the shore, as it's both a habitat and a food source. And homeowners, you have a role too.
So one important thing to remember about eelgrass is it actually is a plant, and it requires sunlight to photosynthesize and produce its food. And so the important thing for homeowners is to really limit what you do to the environment that blocks out sunlight. So we need to be conscious of overwater structures, so maybe share a dock with your neighbor. All that fertilizer you use in your lawn creates algal blooms, and those algal blooms also block out the sunlight. So all that is affecting the actual growth of the eelgrass itself.
Parks Canada is currently studying eelgrass meadows, but that work is in its early stages, and only long-term research will shed light on what condition our coastal eelgrass is in. In Sydney, I'm Jen Muranetz, discovering our Salish Sea.